Beefaroni is a classic dish everyone loves. And who wouldn't like to dive into my amazing homemade beefaroni with this rich, thick, and deliciously meaty tomato sauce? You are in for one of the best meals of your lives, my friends, because I have perfected it and it's sure to wow you. And I'm going to start my version of this classic dish by turning the heat on to medium and adding 1 tablespoon of butter to my large, deep saute pan, along with 1 teaspoon of avocado oil. And let it heat up and melt the butter. And now it's the time to add 1 cup or half of a medium yellow onion, finely chopped, with 3 large grated garlic cloves that I grated with this fine grater, and half of a medium green pepper or half a cup, finely chopped, and mix it all up. It's important to develop these flavors very well. Brown it. I just love beefaroni. Who doesn't like beefaroni? I have a recipe for American goulash, which is a little close to beefaroni, but this recipe right here is my twist on beefaroni. I tell you, the garlic makes a huge difference in this recipe, and I used very large cloves. It equal to 1 tablespoon. And I'm going to let it saute for a couple of minutes on medium heat. When you see that the garlic has browned a little bit, it's time to add 1 pound of lean ground beef and mash it in. You may use any kind of ground beef you want, but since I added butter and oil, I chose to use lean ground beef, so it's not too fat. But you may use ground round, ground sirloin, that would be great. If you choose to use ground chuck, I suggest you drain the fat afterwards. I love this meat masher. It's really quick. I'll put a link in the description for it if you're interested in getting one. I place a link in the description for a lot of the products I'm using today in the video and products that I use in my everyday life if you're interested in getting it. So now, get this delicious goodness off of the meat masher and continue browning the ground beef. This time I decided to just fry the garlic and the onion and the green pepper together before adding the ground beef, because I usually do the other way around. I have a lot of spaghetti meat sauce recipes on my channel. Check them out. One of them even got viral a little bit. And now I'm going to brown this ground beef for a couple of minutes. It's still on medium-high heat. I'm going to put the ground beef aside like this and add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Fry the tomato paste a little bit, slowly, just to develop its flavor better, so it doesn't have that raw tomato paste flavor. And slowly start to incorporate it to the meat. And fry them together. Now I'm going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of beef base to enhance the flavor of the beef. Fry it the same way. Now 1 tomato. I had this tomato left over from an omelette I made in my last video. If you don't have fresh tomato or don't want to add fresh tomato, you may add a 14-ounce can of petite diced tomatoes instead. To this delicious sauce already, I'm going to incorporate 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of ketchup, and believe me, it's going to make a huge difference. And stir. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit to low medium since it's going pretty good. Fry everything together and develop those flavors. The smell is amazing. Every single ingredient here plays an important role. Now I'm ready to add 2 cups of reduced sodium beef broth. If you don't have reduced sodium beef broth, you may use unsalted beef broth. And if you use salted beef broth, I advise you to reduce the amount of ingredients that contain salt. I'm going to mix it up a little. I'm also going to add a 29-ounce can of tomato sauce. I put 1/4 cup of water in the can because I don't want to waste it. Stir well, mix everything. This is a great flavor base for the tomato sauce. I like to season the meat well first before adding the tomato sauce. I'm going to try a little bit of the sauce because now is the time to add seasonings to it also. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of garlic powder to enhance the garlic flavor, 1 tablespoon of onion powder to enhance the onion flavor, and 1/2 tablespoon of Badia complete seasoning, which is this seasoning right here. I love it. I use it in a lot of my dishes. And mix it up. Then I'm going to taste it again. I'm going to increase the heat a little to medium again since I added the tomato sauce and everything else. I'm going to taste it, and it's wonderful. I am going to list all the ingredients in the video description. And at the end of the video, I'm going to add links to a few other pasta videos that I have. And I have quite a few. Now I'm going to let this sauce simmer, lower the heat. I'm going to cover and start cooking the macaroni. Okay, it has been simmering for 5 minutes. And I forgot to add freshly ground black pepper. So I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of it. Stir it. Cover and let it continue simmering on low heat. I have placed my large saucepan on high heat. I add 3 quarts of water to the pan. Cover and let it come to a boil. While I wait for the water to come to a boil, I'm going to check on the sauce. It's going well, so I'm just going to stir it every 5 minutes or so. If you're enjoying this recipe so far, don't forget to give it a like and check out all the other recipes I have with pasta. They're all awesome. I have a pasta playlist if you want to check it out. It looks so good, doesn't it? Tastes better than it looks too. The water is boiling, so I'm going to remove the lid and add 3/4 pound of elbow macaroni, which is 3/4 of a box of a pound. If you wish to use the entire box of macaroni, you may add another cup of tomato sauce and another cup of beef broth to the sauce. Mix it so they don't stick and let it cook until it's al dente or hard to bite a little bit. It's boiling pretty good, so I'm going to lower the heat a little bit to medium-high instead of keeping it on high. I like to stir every once in a while for the first 2 minutes to make sure they don't stick. Now it's a good time to check on the sauce again and stir it a little bit more. See how the tomato is getting cooked well? You may smash it if you want, like that, since they're soft now. This is so good. The smell is wonderful. Everything is marrying well. And if you like this recipe and you'd like for me to make a cheesy beefaroni, let me know in the comments. Cover and let it simmer some more. The macaroni is al dente, cooked for 10 minutes. So I'm going to get 1 ladle of the pasta water, add it to the sauce, and stir. It'll help thicken the sauce even more. Wow, this is really delicious. Now I'm going to drain the macaroni and add the macaroni to the sauce. I'm going to let the pasta cook in the sauce for just 1 minute to absorb some of it. I have preheated the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. 1 minute has gone by. I'm going to turn off the heat, cover it, and remove it from the heat. Now I'm going to add the beefaroni to my 13 by 9 by 3 lasagna pan. Just slowly so it doesn't splatter everywhere. Spread it out Level it out. And I'm going to top it with shredded Colby Jack cheese. You may use shredded cheddar or any cheese you like. I'm using half a cup, and I'm going to bake it until the cheese melts. The beefaroni was in the oven for 10 minutes. And now I'm going to let it cool on a wire rack. This beefaroni is money. What do you think? Oh, wow. Yum. Nice, everybody. Look at this. Whoa. Cheesy, saucy. You cannot go wrong with saucy beefaroni. Can you? And how do you like to eat it? With a fork or a spoon? I like to have mine with a piece of buttered Artesano bread. How about you? But if you prefer garlic bread, I have a video where I teach how to make homemade garlic bread, and I'll place a link of that video at the end of this video. Now I'm going to taste this one. Ah, my mouth is watering right now. There's nothing like homemade beefaroni. It's really hot, but it's delicious. My goodness. I absolutely love homemade beefaroni. And when you try my recipe, you never buy this stuff in a can again. Amazing. The right amount of sauce so you can dip your bread in it. Just perfect. Absolutely perfect. I just can't stop eating it. I even forgot about my butter bread. If you try this recipe, I'm sure you're going to love it. It's truly one of my best pasta dishes ever. Thank you for watching.